Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
Did you know you can use OneDrive for more than just Office Online? You can also upload files like photos, videos, music, and more, so you can access them from any computer. There are two ways to upload files to OneDrive: from your desktop and from the web. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do both. If you've already installed the OneDrive app, you should have everything you need to sync and upload files straight from your desktop. All you have to do is open the Explorer window, then look for the OneDrive link in the left pane. As you can see, I only have a couple things in my folder, but that's about to change. To move something to OneDrive, your first step is to find the files you want, wherever they're located on your computer. Here's where your experience will vary if you have a Mac or a different version of Windows. The operating system I'm using is Windows 10. Now all you have to do is drag and drop from the current folder over to OneDrive, and the file will be uploaded instantly to your account. You can even drag and drop an entire folder, which is a great way to save time. Now we can access the files here or online from any computer. Here they are in the web version of OneDrive. Whenever you want to open one of these files, you can do it from your browser or right here on your desktop. Just double-click the file you want. Office files like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint will always open in the desktop version if you have Microsoft Office on your computer. When you close the file, Microsoft will automatically save it and sync it back to OneDrive, so you don't have to keep track of multiple copies. That way, you always have access to the most recent version, no matter where you are. Uploading files on the web without the OneDrive app is just as easy. I'm going to show you two different methods. The first is drag and drop. To get started, navigate to the original file on your computer. Then drag and drop from the folder into your browser window, and that's all it takes. If you have an older browser, this method may not work for you, but don't worry, you can always use the upload button instead. Here you can easily pick and choose the files you want to upload. To select more than one file at a time, hold Ctrl on your keyboard while you click. When you're done, click Open. It may take a minute if you're uploading multiple files. And there we go! As you can see, OneDrive is a great place to store all of your favorite files, so you can access them anytime. Now you know how to upload files on the web, and using the folder on your desktop.
In a couple of my previous videos, I talked about storing OneNote notebooks on Microsoft's OneDrive cloud storage so that you can share the notebook. So today, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that you can share using OneDrive. Whether it's documents, video, audio, or even those family photos, sharing things with others using OneDrive is a piece of cake. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the methods for sharing files and folders using OneDrive. I'll be back at the end of the video to share a link and show you how you can get hooked up with your own Microsoft OneDrive. But in the meantime, let me show you how to share just about anything with just about anyone using Microsoft's OneDrive cloud storage. To begin sharing files and folders using the online version of OneDrive, you'll first need to sign in to your OneDrive account. After signing in, I'll need to navigate to the folder containing the file that I'd like to share, and then select the file by clicking the small radio button to the left of the file name. From here, I can now share using one of three methods. I can select the share icon at the top of the screen. I can hold my mouse over the file and then select the share icon to the right, or I can select the three dots and then select share from the expanded menu. After selecting the share command, I have a few options. The first one is to allow editing of the file. By unchecking this, I can also send the link and the person accessing the file can only read or view the file without editing it. I can also set an expiration date for the link to the file. The default is 30. I can set that date to any number of days that works. And I can also add a password for the link so that anyone with the link will also need to type in a password that I've created in order to access the file. I can also click Get a Link, and then I can copy the link to the file that I'm sharing, and this will allow me to use my own email programs and to customize and personalize the message containing the link. I could also email the link by selecting the email option, and then it will create an email message where I can type in the email address of the person that I'm sharing the file with, as well as a personalized message. Once the file has been shared, a sharing icon shows on the screen, and I can manage the shares simply by selecting the file and then moving to the information button here on the top right corner of the screen. When I do, I'm given all of the information about the file that I'm sharing, as well as the ability to manage access to the file by those people that I'm sharing it with. If I select Manage Access, then it will show those individuals that I am sharing with, as well as the link that I can send to anyone. To manage that link, I can select the small arrow here at the bottom and change the expiration date, set a password, or remove the link. I can also select the small X to the right and remove the link this way. When I click the X, I'm then given a confirmation that I do want to remove the link. Then the general link has now been removed. I still have the access granted to one other person, and I can remove or change that access by once again clicking the small arrow and then changing the option to view only or stop sharing the file. Once I select stop sharing, then the file is updated. I can close the information pane and the file is once again marked as private. You can also share folders using OneDrive Online. And to share a folder, it's very similar. You just move to the folder that you'd like to share, select the small button, and then share using the icons either at the top of the screen or on the same row as the file. I can share the file by selecting share options that were available for files. And as you can tell, they're very similar. When using OneDrive Online, I can also manage files that I am sharing or that have been shared with me. And I can do that by moving to the left and then selecting the shared feature. When I select the shared option, it now shows all files that I'm sharing as well as any files that are shared with me. And I can manage those shares just like in the previous window, just by going to the file, right-clicking the file, and then selecting Details. From here, any sharing options are now available, and I can manage those share options just like I could by selecting the individual files from my file system. You can also share files and folders using the OneDrive for Mobile app. To share a file or folder using the mobile app, you can just navigate to OneDrive, then to the file or folder that you'd like to share, and then select the small ellipses to the right of the file. From there you can select Share, and then you have several options for sharing, including creating a link, sending the link by email, or even distributing the link using one of several applications on your mobile device or even social media. If your OneDrive is active on a computer running Windows 10, then you can share directly from your file manager or Explorer. To do that, you'll just navigate to the folders on the left-hand side, and then open the folder that contains the files for sharing. Once the files are visible in the center, you can just move to the file and then right-click. Once you right-click, you can then share using Share a OneDrive link. Once you select the OneDrive link option, then you'll receive a message in the bottom right corner that will notify you that the link has been created and copied into your clipboard. You can use the paste command to paste the sharing link into any email message. So there are a few methods for sharing files and folders using Microsoft's OneDrive cloud storage. And like I promised, here's a link so that you can get hooked up with your own OneDrive. Oh, and the link is also in the video description if you need it. I hope that takes away some of the fear of file sharing by using OneDrive, because sharing is supposed to be easy and fun. So until our next video, thanks for joining me. And I'm Wayne.
Here are my top 10 OneDrive for Business tips and tricks. OneDrive for Business is a component of the Office 365 suite of applications. This powerful tool offers you easy sharing, enhanced security, and convenient mobility with all your files. Here are my top 10 favorite OneDrive for Business tips and tricks. Number 1, version history. When you log into the Office 365 portal and go into OneDrive, you'll see a list of files. If you drill down into individual files, you'll notice that there is a ... on the right of each file. This brings up a menu when you click on it, and there's an option for version history. One of the great features of OneDrive is that every change that you've made to this file and saved becomes a different version, and you have choices to click on one and restore it. You can also open files that are older and see what they looked like before you made changes. Gives you great flexibility to recover when you've damaged a file and be able to look at the changes over time. Number 2, file share externally. One of the great features of OneDrive is the ability to share files externally outside of your organization. As long as your admin has given you the right to do this, you can come into the menu for a file, click the share option, and by default it sets it to your organization only. But if you change this to specific people, you can put in the name of an external email address. And it recognizes this as outside of your organization. You can add a message and hit send, and that person will receive an email with a link to the file that you just presented, and they'll be able to access it directly. You can also click this button to copy the link, copy it and paste it into another email or some other document so that when people click on that reference, they'll be able to get to the file. And the good news is you can share files up to 15 gigabytes. Which means there's no more need for an FTP download site for anything large. You can actually share it all from OneDrive. Number 3, sync local files. The real power of OneDrive is synchronizing your local files. You can do this by clicking the sync option at the top of the OneDrive menus. When you sync, it creates a OneDrive location that contains the same files and folders as what's stored in your OneDrive in the cloud. As you work on files from either location, they will synchronize and keep both places current. This allows you to take your computer, go on a flight where you have no internet access, edit documents, and as soon as you plug back into the internet, it will synchronize the files back up to the cloud so that you're back in sync again. You no longer have to worry about what state the file is in because OneDrive manages that for you very well. Since Office 365 gives you 5 licenses for your Office apps, you can do the installation of the Office applications on your local home computer and your Office computer and have them both synchronized to the same file location in OneDrive. That means you can work on a file at work, make changes to it, and then when you get home, you can open that same file with the updates. This gives you a great deal of flexibility working mobile. Number 4. Co-authoring. Co-authoring gives you the ability to have multiple people working on the same document at the same time, and you can see live edits. When you create a document in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or any of the other Office applications, you can share that document with another user. When you open it, and make sure to edit the workbook in the browser, because it has to be on the online version. The other user can open that same document online, and now when I make changes, those changes show up on the other person's screen as well. And when they make changes, you see their live changes at the same time. It gives you the ability to collaborate together, all shared through your OneDrive sharing feature. Number 5, drag files to upload. No need to do anything special to get files into OneDrive. If you have your portal open, all you have to do is take a file and drag and drop it right onto the desktop. It'll automatically upload that file into the folder that you're located at and synchronize it back to your C drive if you've got the syncing turned on. Number 6, recycle bin. Separate from the version history is the recycle bin. If you take a file and you delete it, it will move it into the recycle bin in a way that you can click on it and restore it back to the original location. Files will be stored in the recycle bin for 90 days by default. After 90 days, they will be permanently deleted. Number 7, OneDrive mobile app. OneDrive's available as a mobile app. When you open it up, it'll show you the same folders that you have on OneDrive. You can go into a folder and see the individual files, and you can even click on a file like this Excel in the mobile app. Office 365 gives you 5 mobile licenses in addition to your 5 other licenses, and it includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and the other Microsoft Office applications. Number 8, shared with me. We saw how you can share documents with other people, but when people share them with you, those files are located in the shared with me folder. This shows you all the files that have been shared to you from other individuals in your organization. The nice feature about this is you can edit these documents and view them if they've given you permission, and the changes that you make will actually be updated on the other person's OneDrive location. So it gives you the ability to share documents, edit them, just like they're on a network shared drive location. Number 9, search everything. OneDrive has a great search tool. I even think it's better than some of the other applications in Office. Up in the upper left corner of the OneDrive area, you can do a search for everything. So if I type in a keyword and hit enter, it does a search for that word in all of your documents on your OneDrive folder. You can come down here and select from the different applications like Excel, and it filters out just the Excel documents. And I can change the dates to go back only 3 months, and now I've found my file. It's a great search filter capability and makes it really easy to find documents anywhere on your OneDrive. Number 10, Tile Preview. In the upper right corner of OneDrive, you have a View Items with Tile Previews button. If you click that, it changes the formatting so that you can see it in tile format. It does show all the folders, but if you go into a folder, it'll actually show you the individual files with a little preview window, so you can get an idea of what the document looks like much better than in a list form. And if you want to change it back, just click this button again. And that concludes the top 10 OneDrive for Business tips and tricks. Don't forget to take a look at the other playlist for tips and tricks, which includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Skype for Business, and more tips and tricks to come. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click the thumbs up and leave a comment. I really do appreciate your support.
You have a lot of things to do, and your tasks are scattered all over the place. You have messages in Teams or Outlook that you need to respond to, and follow-ups for yourself in To-Do, OneNote, and Cortana. Meanwhile, your colleagues have assigned tasks to in Planner, Office documents, and other tools that they're working in. Keeping track of all your tasks can feel like a task itself. Wouldn't it be great if you could see all your tasks together in one place? Now you can in Microsoft Teams. Tasks in Teams combines the best of To-Do and Planner into one view, where you can create and manage all your personal and team responsibilities. The Personal Task List, powered by To-Do, is a running list of your tasks that no one else can see, like this reminder to submit an expense report. Your Team Lists, powered by Planner, show all the tasks that your team is working on together. You can manage large amounts of tasks in the new list view, or in other powerful Planner views like boards, charts, and schedule. The Assign to You Smart List helps you keep track of what others need from you. And the Planned and Important Smart Lists combine your personal to-dos along with the tasks that you've been assigned, allowing you to manage all of your responsibilities, order by due date, or filter to ones marked important. Thanks to Tasks in Teams, figuring out what to do next is one less task you have to worry about.
Hi there! Welcome to Microsoft Teams, a collaboration app that helps your team stay organized and have conversations, all in one place. Let's start with, what else? Teams. Here, you can see a list of all the teams you're part of. Teams are made up of channels. You can build them by topic, department, or just for fun. Channels are where the real work gets done, where you hold meetings, have team conversations, and share files. At the top of each channel, you'll find tabs. They're like links to your favorite files, apps, and services. Want to have a quick, on-the-spot meeting with people in your channel? Select Meet Now. In a meeting, you can show content from your computer or record your meeting. When you share a file in a channel conversation, you and your team can edit it at the same time and share thoughts alongside it. To find all the files that have been shared in a channel, go to the Files tab at the top of the channel. To see all the files ever shared across the team, click Files on the left. Want to talk privately with a person or group? Click New Chat at the top and type their names. Give the chat a name to make it easier to find later. To make a call directly from a chat, click Video Call or Audio Call. In some cases, if your organization has set it up, you can call anyone from Teams using calls, even if they're not using Teams. In meetings, you can see everything you've got lined up for the day or week. Or schedule a meeting. This calendar syncs with your Outlook calendar. Go to Activity for a view that lets you catch up on all your unread messages, @mentions, replies, and more. And use the command box to search for specific items or people, take quick actions, and launch apps. Convenient, right? And don't forget to download the mobile app so you're in sync when you're on the go. Thanks for watching. Now bring in your team and let the collaboration begin.